Well, good evening, beautiful hearts. Welcome to Love Notes. I'm glad you're here with me tonight. Tonight's show is for anyone who has been through something. And I mean, really been through it. Maybe it's the woman who is still figuring out who she is after the divorce. The man carrying a loss he doesn't always know how to talk about. The person whose body is changing in ways nobody really prepared them for. The heart that wants to open up again and is just a little too scared to. If any of that is you, you are exactly where you need to be tonight. Here's the thing about big life changes, they have a way of quietly pushing desire to the back burner. Not because it's gone, but when you're in survival mode, there isn't much room for longing. You're just trying to get through the day. That's okay as well. In fact, that's actually really human. But desire is patient. It doesn't disappear. It waits. And tonight, we're going to talk about what it looks like when it starts to come back. Life touched you, not gently, but briefly. It got into everything, your plans, your sense of yourself, the future you had already pictured. Some dreams had to change shape. Some chapters ended before you were ready. Someone you loved may have left. Someone may have stayed too long. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still learning, choosing in your own way to bring again. Desire hasn't forgotten you. It's been right there, waiting by the door. Not rushing you, not judging the timeline, just waiting for the moment when you are ready. Yes. What about that, guys? Pretty good, huh? Yeah. Made that little poem up myself. It takes me all week. I don't just do it in one day. It takes me a full week to write that up. But this is moving into dedication number one. And this first one goes out to anyone carrying a little extra weight in their heart tonight. For the love that ended, for the life you imagined that didn't quite happen, for the version of yourself that existed before things got hard. It's okay to miss it. Missing something doesn't mean you made the wrong choices or that you need to go back. Sometimes it just means that it mattered. And the things that matter, well, they shape us. They're part of how we got here. And this song is for you. And what I'm about to play is Missing You by John Waite. That was Missing You by John Waite. Oh, I've seen him so many times in the last year. Mm. I love going to see John Waite. And hi, Alex. Nice to see you, my dear. Glad you made it. Glad you made it here on Love Notes. And thank you so much for the hearts and the roses. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Makes me feel special for sure. So I love it. Right. I keep forgetting you're at your job now on Friday nights. Um, but thank you for being here during your work job. Your work job? Yes, during your work job. But moving forward, let's go to the desire drop, shall we? Now, tonight's desire drop, I want you to really sit with this one for a second, okay? What change in your life most shaped the way you experience desire today? I want you to think about that. No judgment, there's no right answer. This is just curiosity speaking. Maybe it was a relationship. It could have been you losing someone. Maybe it was becoming a parent or going through menopause or finally starting to understand who you really are. Whatever it is, whatever this experience, this changes, it left a mark. And the more we understand those marks, the more we understand ourselves. And that's where healing usually starts. Because, guys, if we don't understand ourselves, how's anybody else going to understand us? They're not. All right. Which leads us on to the next dedication. This one is for the people who had to let go of a version of their life that they thought was permanent. Not because they wanted to, but because, well, life had other plans. And at some point, you have to stop fighting that. I know how hard it is. Boy, do I know how hard it is. There's real grief in releasing not just a person, but a whole future you had already imagined. That deserves to be acknowledged. But I also know this. Sometimes, when we finally stop holding on so tight, there's room for something new to come in. Sometimes moving forward, even with baby steps, even imperfectly, is the bravest thing you can do. And this is for anyone who's learning that. And I'm going to play I Won't Hold You Back by Toto. Song. That is I Won't Hold You Back by Toto. And for some reason, every time I've ever heard that song my entire life, back from the 80s to now, it pulls at my heart and I don't know why. I don't know if somebody has thought of me when this song played. I don't know who was thinking of me at the time. Um, but I don't know. It gets really heavy in the heart area when that song plays. Anyways, let us move forward with the romance book recommendation for the week. Now this book is Morning Glory by Lavyrle Spencer. Now the name is spelled Lavryle Spencer. All right. And I love this book for tonight because both the main characters arrive at love already a little worn down by life. Neither one of them is starting fresh. Neither is the person they thought they'd be by now. And honestly, I think that's what makes it good. Really. Because love doesn't wait until everything's figured out, does it? Nope. It shows up in the middle of real life after the hard, terrible stuff, after change, after you've had to let go of who you used to be, what you were looking forward to. And if you ever wondered whether love can still find you now after everything, well, this book is for you. Again, it's called Morning Glory by Lavyrle Spencer is the last name. Which brings me to the film recommendation for the week. Ugh, Barbara Streisand. The Way We Were. And if you haven't seen this movie, it's a beautiful, bittersweet story about what happens when love is real, but life, as it does, pulls people in different directions. What I think that makes this movie so incredibly timeless is that it doesn't pretend that love is simple. Huh. It shows love changing, people changing, and how sometimes those changes cannot be reconciled, even when the feelings are genuine. It's a good reminder that what was real, it stays real, even if it doesn't last, even if it looked different than you hoped. I'm pretty sure Barbara Streisand and I want to say Ryan O'Neal. I'm trying to think who was the other person in The Way We Were. It'll pop up in my head at some point in time, probably when we're done here. But it's a wonderful movie. And yeah, the guy's name just popped out of my head, so I don't know where it went, but I'm sure somebody by now is Googling it. Which brings us to dedication number 3 this evening. I know we're just zipping right along, aren't we? This one is for everyone who is in the middle of beginning all over again. And I know beginning again for anything, right, can sound absolutely exhausting when you're doing it. But there's something I want you to hear, all right? An ending is not the end of your story. It's an end of a chapter, okay? And when chapters end, it's so new ones can begin. You're allowed to grieve what you've lost and still move forward. You're allowed to be sad about how things turned out and still believe something good is ahead. That takes real courage. And this song is for you. It's After the Love Has Gone by Earth, Wind, and a Little Bit of Fire. Oh, yes. Goodness. That was After the Love Has Gone by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh, my goodness. Good times. Last weekend, I took my son to go see the original Top Gun in theater. They re-released the original Top Gun, I think for the 40th anniversary or something like that. But of course, my son, who will only be 26 this year, has never seen it in theater. Oh, he has seen Maverick, but never the original. So we went to see it, and it was so nice to be able to share a movie that I grew up with my kid. I don't know. It's may not have, I don't think it has anything to do with what we're talking about tonight. But I was sitting here thinking about it during the 80s music that I've been playing. Um, that going to see an 80s movie with my kid in the theater, it was a big deal. So we had an awesome time. That said, it is time for our soulful connection visualization. Yes, this is my favorite part of the evening. And the theme we're going with is desire after change. It's finding your desire again after you go through some sort of big life change. And we all have big life changes. Um, we either cause the life change or it's forced upon us. But we usually go through them. It seems like every few years there's an upheaval someplace. I don't think it was quite that often when I was younger. But as I get older and people I love are getting older, it just seems like it's happening a lot more frequently lately. So, desire after change. So, okay, my beautiful hearts. Oh, it's time to get comfortable. And I want you to get comfortable wherever you are right now. And if you're driving, by all means, keep your eyes open. Okay, just let your shoulders drop a bit away from your ears, maybe soften your jaw a bit. If you're at home, go ahead and close your eyes. If you're someplace where you will not fall over or run into something, so I suggest you sit or lie down if you are home. And wherever you are, just take one slow breath in, pause, and let it all the way out. Good. Let's do this one more time. Really let it go this time. Inhale. All right. Seems like I got disconnected. Inhale and exhale. There you are. That's perfect. Now I want you to picture a place that feels safe to you. It might be somewhere real, could be a room in your home, a place from your childhood, somewhere in nature you love. Or it might be somewhere your imagination creates just for tonight. What matters is that it's quiet, warm, and completely yours. Take a moment to look around this place. Notice what you see. Notice the light. Is it a morning light or the soft gold of evening? Is it coming through a window or maybe filtering through trees? Notice how the air feels. Is there a breeze? The smell of something familiar? Let yourself actually be there, not thinking about it. There. Find somewhere to sit down, a chair, a patch of grass, a porch step, whatever is right for this place. And just arrive. Let yourself be still for a moment. Now I want you to think back. Think about who you were before the big life change, before whatever it was that shifted your life in a way you didn't ask for, or maybe you did ask for, but still weren't prepared for. Let a picture of that person come into your mind. What did they look like? How did they carry themselves? What were they excited about? What did they believe was still ahead of them? What did desire feel like for that person? What were they reaching toward? Just let those images come without judgment. You're remembering, not living. Now, and I want you to do this gently. I want you to notice something about the earlier version of you. They were doing the very best they could with what they had at the time. They didn't know what was coming. They couldn't have. And whatever happened next, the loss, the ending, the diagnosis, the relationship that changed everything, the body that started to change, the dream that didn't work out, none of it was punishment. None of it meant you were wrong to hope. It was just life, moving the way life moves. Take a breath and let it land if you need to. Now, let that earlier version of yourself step back a little, not disappear, just soften a bit into the background. And in their place, I want you to see who you are right now. This version of you, the one sitting in this safe, quiet place tonight. Really look at what you've been carrying. Look at what you've walked through, the things that changed you, the things that broke open, the things you had to grieve. And now look at the fact that you are still here, still feeling, still curious enough about love and connection to be present tonight. That is not nothing. That is not small. That is an enormous amount of quiet courage that you may not even be giving yourself credit for. I want you to place one hand on your heart, or you can just imagine yourself doing it. And I want you to say something to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud, just let it move through you, quiet if need be. Say, I have been through something real, and I am still here, and I am still worth loving. Let's say it again. I have been through something real, and I am still here, and I am still worth loving. Now, I want to ask you something, and I just want you to let whatever comes up to come up. No editing and no judging. Somewhere beneath everything you've been through, underneath the grief, the exhaustion, the armor you've had to wear just to get through certain seasons of your life. Desire is still in you. It never left, it just got quiet. It stepped aside so survival could have the room it needed. But it's still there. What does it feel like right now, in this moment, to admit that? Maybe it feels like relief, like something you've been secretly hoping was still true. Maybe it feels scary because wanting things again means risking things again. Maybe it brings up grief because desire reminds you of someone or something you lost. Maybe it feels like a small, fragile flicker, and you're not sure yet if it's strong enough to trust. Whatever is coming up, let it. You are safe right here. Nothing is being asked of you except to feel it. I want you to imagine that desire is something warm. Picture it sitting right in the center of your chest, like a small, steady light, like an ember that never fully went out, even in your hardest seasons. It's not demanding anything from you. It's not telling you to hurry up or move on or be over it. It's just there, patient, warm, alive. And it has been waiting, not because you failed it, but because it trusted you to find your way back when you were ready. Take a slow breath in, and as you breathe in, breathe toward the light. Feel it get a little brighter, a little warmer. And as you breathe out, I want you to let go of something, the fear that it's too late for you. Breathe in again. And breathe out the belief that you are too changed, too tired, too complicated to be loved well. One more breath in and breath out whatever voice tells you that who you are now is somehow less worthy than who you were before. Because here is what I want you to hear. I mean, really hear before we close tonight. The love that is meant for you now is not looking for who you used to be. It is not waiting for you to recover some earlier version of yourself. It is not holding out for you to be younger or less scarred or more certain. The love that is meant for you in this next chapter is meant for you, the real you, the one who has been through it, the one sitting right here, right now, still willing to feel. That person is not a consolation prize. That person is who you actually are. And that person, this person, deserves to be desired, to be seen, to be loved with intention and tenderness and full attention. Not someday, not after you've healed enough, not when you've figured it all out. Now, as you are, tonight. Take one low, slow breath in, hold it for a moment, and let it go. Whenever you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and gently come back. Well, that was a nice visualization. At least I thought so. I wish I could close my eyes and go along with you guys as I read it out loud, but I can't close my eyes and go through it and read it at the same time, unfortunately. But I hope you enjoyed it. And now we're up to dedication number 4. And this last one is for your future because I believe genuinely that something beautiful is still ahead for you. Love does not have an expiration date. Connection doesn't stop being possible just because you've been through hard times. Some of the most meaningful relationships in people's lives begin after a big change, after the healing. In the chapter they didn't see coming. You're not too late. You're not too changed. You're not too much. I know you're surprised, right? This one is for what is still ahead. Now, if I could find where my mouse went, this would be good. But I think my mouse disappeared. It did disappear. It's not working. Oh, this could be catastrophic. There we go. Oh, good. It's back. But this next song, or this last song of the evening, is "The Search Is Over" by Survivor. That was "The Search Is Over" by Survivor. Woohoo! Well, guys, before I let you go tonight, I just want to say this. Nothing is broken beyond fixing. Nothing important has been lost for good. And nothing about you has made you unworthy of love. Life changes, Love changes, desire changes. It's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just what it means to be alive and human and still in the middle of your story. I'd like to thank you so much for spending your Friday night with me on Love Notes. It really does mean the world to me. For more intimate conversations, come find me on Love Notes Unscripted at Substack. And if you want to explore connection tools and more, visit the Passion Zone on Etsy. And good night, my dear beautiful hearts. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful week.